Okay, the first piece, the Wild and the Young.
Yeah, this was an interesting song. When Choir Riot was first recording it, it was actually titled "We Will Survive." He did the chorus. It didn't really work out well. And the thing that came to mind, this is a mirror image over on the other side. But what you're seeing here is actually the intro of the song. We went through a lot of arguing about how the song was going to start, and I just got tired of hearing it. They started rolling tape, and that's what you hear, which happens a lot with me. It's the first time I ever played that piece. I had no idea what it was. I had no idea how I was going to get out of it. But this is the initial strokes in the song, all the way through the very start of the first verse. Had a lot of fun with that. And then when we looked at it in the mirror image, you had this like kind of scary little guy here, which I particularly like. So this is one of my all favorites, because all of them are my favorites. So this is story with that.
And I should say one other thing. One thing that Frankie did, and we've had a really neat response, just even announcing that this is going to be coming out. A lot of people want to know immediately, is it the song? And yes, Frankie came in specifically saying, I want to work with the rhythm. So
Right.
Tell us why that is exactly.
Well, the thing about it for me is that these are songs that are special to me. They're part of my history. When we recorded this record, the band was in a real kind of turbulent place. So the energy that I put into that, because we really didn't know what was going to happen after, when we recorded the third record, what was going to happen after that. You know, it was really a strange time in the band's history. Chuck had just come back into the band. You know, there was just a lot of strange things. So the piece and the song were both really important to me because MTV started playing it when MTV wasn't playing anything at that point by Choir Riot. So that was a bonus for me. So it's a big part of the history of Choir Riot, my own personal history.
Okay. Oops, I just lost my key. 3 seconds. Okay. Next piece, Cashmere.
Yeah, everybody knows my favorite band is Led Zeppelin. Hands down, my favorite drummer is John Bonham. And when we started playing this particular song, the hallmark of the song is for it to be constantly steady. And it's just a steady groove. But every once in a while, you get one of these. And what I was doing is I was playing more to the live version of the song rather than the studio version of the song. I like the fact that it's got all this orange because it always brings to mind, you know, John Bonham's Amber Vista Light. So, you know, we got together and we talked about colors and all of that. I'm not 100% sure, but if I remember correctly, when we were cutting this song, I remember that the right-hand stick, the tip came off and went flying, and it looked like this comet going. I don't know if that's what that is, but you know, that's how I interpret it. And you know, to me, it just gives you this whole vast, open space kind of feel, especially in all this negative area down here. But that is all in this section here of the song.
Robbie, who introduced himself earlier, called me in and said, you're not going to believe this. This is a miracle piece. And this occasionally happens where you capture something and there's a hidden color channel that when you isolate Pantone by itself, you'll see. And as you can see, there's almost like what looks like a desert kind of skeleton of like an antelope. With the horns, the eyes. And I went and I saw, oh my goodness, that's really got something going on. Which is what the meaning does. We start to see things as you stare at it. Good abstract art does that.
And the thing about all of these pieces is that every time I look at it, I'll notice something I didn't notice before. And so they start to evolve. It's almost like a song. You know, you can hear a song 100 times, and the 101th time, all of a sudden you hear something you never heard before. And it's the same thing with these pieces. Every time I see something else, and it just draws me deeper into it.
Cool. Okay. This is a piece that's different than everything else. Girls Rock Your Voice. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, this was it was really interesting because when they first sent me this to take a look at it as the mirror image before this was crystallized, I looked at it and I said, you know, that looks like that was happening when they did the mirror image. And so I said, let's have some fun with it, and you can augment it and bring it even further out. It happened organically. So the basis of it, the skeleton of it was there organically, but you can see it too. But what happened is when I just said, yeah, go ahead, have fun with it, make it even more than what we have. This is what came out. The funny thing about it is when I saw the first version of the image, and I went down through my notes to see which song I had played to, it was really funny because it was Come On Feel the Noise. And the first thing that came into my mind is you have Come On Feel the Noise, you have this figure of a woman from behind, and then there's a line in it, Girls Rock Your Boys, which, this is not a PG audience, is it? Which my dear friend Kevin Dubrow would always sing, Girls Fuck Your Boys. So I got a real kick. This is when something happens. I wasn't aware that this was the song that I had played to until I went through my notes, and I said, so that happened on its own. So it's like the universe works in mysterious ways.
Yeah, that was really fun to work with Frankie on that because, we both saw the buttocks, and it was like, wow, it kind of looks like whips hitting a crow or rhythmic patterns, like dancing around her, and he was like, yeah, I see it too, go for it. So.
See, I see a woman in the forest, I see a firefly, so you know what I mean? It's however you want to see it.
Okay, this is kind of the massive abstract piece, fits for the big room in the family.